everybody. This is Phil, and this is Into the Music. And of course, I'm here with Greg. So today,
That's me.
so today, Greg's going to listen to one of my songs,
Yeah.
and I picked one of my favorite groups, Wilco.
Oh,
And,
wow. Okay.
all right. I mean, I've been following this band for a long time. I don't even know how many times I've seen them. That's how many times I've seen them that I
They're
can't
good.
keep count.
Now, here's the thing. You got to be careful because I do know the band. And I do know some of the songs.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you got for me?
So the song I have for you is Heavy Metal Drummer. Heavy Metal
I'm
Drummer.
bad with song titles. I don't know about that one now. I don't know if I know that. I have my doubts. So cool.
Okay. Because, I'm serving you up a softball. This is,
Oh, what? Because I like the band? I know the band?
Hopefully you like the band and hopefully you like your song.
Some of this stuff it's usually hit, but there's been some misses. So I hope you're not giving me a miss here. But and what's with the bird? Is the bird like the album cover or something? Or
no, it's just like when you go to their shows, they have so many different concert T-shirts, and people collect them. I mean, they're always different, and it's just like them when they play live. I consider this like the closest thing to the Dead, because these guys never play the same set.
wow.
It's always changing. They jam. We'll get into it more.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Jeff Tweedy is pretty amazing. But anyway, so let me go. Right, you gave me the song. You sent me the link.
Yep.
All right, Here we go.
All right.
I sincerely miss those heavy metal bands I used to go see on the landing in the summer. She fell in love with the drummer. She fell in love with the drummer. She fell in love. Shiny, shiny pants and bleached blonde hair. A double kick drum by the river in the summer. She fell in love with the drummer. Another then another. She fell in love. I miss the innocence I've known, playing Kiss covers, beautiful and stone. Unlock my body and move myself to dance in the warm liquid flowing glowing glass. Classical music blasting, mass ringing in my ears. Oh, I sincerely miss those heavy metal bands I used to go see on the landing in the summer. She fell in love with the drummer. She fell in love with another. She fell in love. I miss the innocence I've known, playing Kiss covers, beautiful and stone. I miss the innocence I've known, playing Kiss covers, beautiful and stone. Playing Kiss covers, beautiful and stone. Playing Kiss covers, beautiful and stone.
Look at those sounds. Oh man. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Such a rich sound. Yeah, Wilco is always so good with matching up the great melody with the really good rhythm. Whether the rhythm was fast paced like this or much slower. Everything always usually works with them. And it's interesting. They were putting all these different interesting sounds, even, may I dare to say, crazy sounds. Just it was just kind of like interesting, that sort of computer techno kind of thing that was going around, almost like a Star Wars R2D2 kind of like, in the background there, kind of swirling around. Interesting. And yet it didn't let the song deviate from its kind of like rich songwriting, song telling music. I don't know. It was just good. That was good. Yeah, I got to talk with Phil about this. Well, I have no choice. He's waiting on the other side. Yeah, yeah. This is typical Wilco. His voice, Jeff Tweedy's voice, is so distinct. Um, their sound is such a tight band sound. It really is. They can rock it when they want to, but a lot of times I wouldn't say they pull back, but they have that sort of refined songwriting sound. They're always going for the song. Just and this is one of them. I mean, it's telling a nice little story too. To
Right.
me, it's a coming of age. About a girl who's kind of fall in love with the drummer, with this band, with this heavy metal band, and then another and another and another, and it sort of repeats itself. But I mean, that's what, kind of looking back, that's what she was into. Um, fall in love with heavy metal bands who are doing Kiss covers, which is kind of cool. I love that. Um,
But
and
have you heard this before?
oh no, 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 no. I would have said it to you right off the bat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is really nice. That's the thing too. It's I know my fair share. But this to me is probably a deep track, unless you're telling me this was like one of the singles from one of the albums.
This was like what, like, do you know Yankee Foxtrot Hotel, the album?
Yeah, yeah.
This is from that album. It's on that album. And when you listen to it, I mean, that album is very experimental. Do you know at the time when that came out,
That
they
came
were
out a
called,
while ago, right?
right, but they were calling them America's answer to Radiohead. They really were. I mean, when you listen to that album, you listen to all the sounds that are going on,
Yeah.
really go back and revisit it. But like, yeah, I mean, they really experimented with that one.
I know the album. I've heard of the album. I haven't listened to every track. All right. So there are several tracks that I've listened to, but apparently this one,
And
yeah.
I'll give you a little more about this one.
Sure.
Because with this, the record company at the time did not want them to release this. They did not like the album at all. And they told them, no, we're not putting this out. So they said, unless you make changes. And Tweety was like, no, they made a movie out of this. And I Am Trying to Break Your Heart. And they were like, no, this is what we created, and this is what we want.
Yeah.
And they backed off. The label dropped them. They were going around, fishing around for a while to get it released again. And eventually they got picked up by another label, which was really owned by the parent company, the same ones. So they got paid for doing the album for free, but they were also like, what do you mean you're gonna, we're the artist, trust us. And it turned out to be it's significant. I mean, you look at critics' choices, this album is outstanding. I mean, it's amazing.
Some of this is coming back to me. Jeff Tweedy was on 60 Minutes some years back, and I think might have been after this album went out, and they were the hottest thing. They really were. I love the stuff that they did with Billy Bragg.
Oh yeah, Mermaid Avenue, and
yeah. That's just fans. That Woody Guthrie stuff. Oh, it's so good, so good. But I love California Stars. I think that's one of my favorite songs on that.
Yeah.
But Jeff Tweedy's voice, again, like I said, it really is good. I love his voice. I know that he's gone through some stuff since they really hit it big. Right now, I think they're still together. But
oh yeah, I'm going to see them.
He went through his sort of demons and drugs and all like that. But lately on YouTube, he's out with his son. They're doing videos. So it seems like he's kind of like found his sort of spot now. He's kind of back. Because I know he went through really heavy stuff, like mentally. along with the drugs and stuff like that. So it's really good to kind of see him sort of, back on the saddle, but like in a really good spot, because I think he's one of the really important songwriters and musicians of
Well,
sort of our, ages and decades.
yeah.
Me and you, it's sort of like is older, but helped actually sort of reinvent, sort of bring back some of that old soul music, that we got from the 60s and the 70s. Even the song has a little bit of that Beatles, that sort of that classic rock feel.
Mm-hmm.
But again, geared towards the songwriting. And what was really kind of interesting, then I'll shut up, is I love that computer stuff that was happening towards the end. You mentioned Radiohead, and they went through the electronic digital kind of stuff, and towards the end of the song, you were hearing a lot of those sounds. It also reminded me of like the Benefit of Mr. Kite, where you had these kind of crazy sort of sounds, sort of almost like circus, like a little bit, just the way it was kind of looping around some of those sounds. So just a very nice listen. Absolutely. This is a good song.
Yeah. It's like, it's short, it's to the point. It's one of their more straightforward songs, but they do have some weird songs that do some twists and turns. And they're still playing. I mean, they do a thing up at in North Adams, Massachusetts. Every so often they do a festival, and
Yeah.
it's called up at Mass MoCA, which is a museum of contemporary art, and it's an old factory grounds where they've created like an open space for all this contemporary art, and then they do concerts and shows up there. And Wilco has been doing them for a number of years. We've gone up a number of times. I think I've been to 3 of them.
Nice.
And yeah, and like he's had people like Billy Bragg. Billy Bragg's played there. Marvis Staples, Finn's from Crowded House. His son played at one of the shows,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
he was walking around. But like there's another band that he had there that I discovered there, which was called Vetiver. They're from Seattle. They're like a sub pop band, and they're amazing. I love them. It's very chill, mellow music.
Yeah.
But they also have comedians there. This year they're having. I don't know if you know who Nick Offerman is.
No.
From Parks and Recreation. Oh, he's amazing. So I mean, we were like, oh, do you want to go this year? And we were like, well, you know what? We haven't gone. I think we missed the last one, and we were like, let's just do it. And so we're going up. It's Memorial Day weekend, so it should be a fun weekend.
Very nice.
I love
very
Wilco.
nice. And that sounds good. And that makes me happy because with COVID lockdowns and mandates and stuff like that, it's really good sort of thinking about the spring, the summer, and maybe, people sort of going out and enjoying life a little bit, right? Or a lot. So that's excellent. Yeah. So take us out, Phil. This is really good. Really nice song. So good choice. So take us out.
So this is Phil signing off with Greg, and see you next time on Into the Music.
See ya.